Hey and welcome guys to another video on my channel. Today I'm gonna talk with you on how to get good logs in FF. There are different ways on how to achieve that, but we all usually start with great logs after getting our first kill. Some people get discouraged by that, and I've noticed that in my friend group a lot, so I thought to myself, maybe I find a way on how to get people motivated to work on themselves and see that there's not a big difference between reaching a green log and maybe a purple log. There are just a few different things that you have to consider while going for logs, obviously. But yeah, let's jump right into the first point. So the first point is about getting the correct food and pots and also the correct gearing. There are different ways on how to see what's the best right now, but I recommend checking on the balance, the Discord server of the balance, and check on your specific job. They have guides for every job, and you can check there what food you need, what pot you need, what other gear piece you need, from either pink chips called the tombstones that are current, or from the savage fights. Yeah, if you see some pentamelted gear, don't mind that, just put some tombstone and asphodelos combination for the rings. And yeah, let's say you've got your gear correct and ready, and your pots and your food. When do you use your food and your pot? Well, for the food you just use it whenever it's about to run out, so I would recommend, if you go for multiple kills, maybe just use it twice. And for the pots, there are different ways on when to use them and how to use them, and yeah, I'll try to explain to you when to use your pots. There are like a few different points. Like I said, it's like you can use them at the beginning, so at 00, and then at 4:30, and then again at 8 minutes, or you use them at the beginning and then at 6 minutes. And there are a few other ways as well, but these are the most usual ways. So which one of these two is correct? The way I found out what pot usage is the correct way is just going to YouTube, search for your job that you play. Let's say, for example, Black Mage, just like me. You just type in the search bar Asphodelos, P4S, Black Mage, POV, and you check on the whole fight when do they use their pots. You can also use this, by the way, coming to the next point, for your rotation, when to use your spells, when to use your buffs, when to use this, when to use that, and you have to understand the reasoning behind it. So for a Black Mage, for example, everybody should know what ley lines are. If you don't, then you're probably the reason why I died. But yeah, ley lines are just a circle that you place. They give you basically a buff for a certain amount of time, and you cannot leave the circle. So for me, it's important to know when I can use that without having to move too much, or without like getting hit by AoE drops that I need to do or something that are maybe in the buff window, which is, by the way, coming to the pot timings. Buff windows are times when everyone has their buffs ready. Meaning at the beginning of the fight, obviously you didn't press anything. After 2 minutes, every buff should be ready, because there are no buffs that have a longer cooldown than 2 minutes. So if you use everything correctly, everybody should have their buffs ready at 2 minutes. So yeah, let's say at the 2-minute mark, I have my ley lines ready, everybody has their buffs ready, but the boss is about to cast a big spell. I would wait like for 5 seconds until I place my ley lines after the spell goes out. So again, watch not guides, watch videos, POVs, to see when you use your spells, when you use your buffs, when you use your certain spells. For me, it's important for ley lines, and that alone will help you get from a gray player to like a green-blue player, because that's important. That's really important. So let's say you've analyzed this video, you've seen, okay, he walks there because of this, he does this spell at this time because of this. You've like mostly understood the whole fight, but there are also a few other things for you to consider. There's something called an opener that I didn't talk about yet. It's also in the balance, by the way. There should be a gearing guide, a opener guide. There should be also a rotation guide. These don't help me personally, because I could read them, I could understand what they're about, but I need to see things happening to understand fully what's going on. So if you don't understand the guide fully, or if you need to check out more fights and like person, get your own experience, watch videos as well and stuff, that's completely normal. I do that as well for some jobs. For example, Ninja, it took me a long time to understand fully what I need to do and stuff. So yeah, there are gearing guides, rotation guides, and also openers. What is an opener? Like I said earlier, in the beginning you have everything ready, so you want to do as much damage as possible in your opener, because like I said, everybody has the buffs. Usually you pot in your opener, you have your food, you have everything. It's the biggest damage timing. Well, besides from later on, but usually also in the opener, just saying, the boss will always, or should most of the time, start with a raid wipe, meaning you have a lot of time in the opener to deal a lot of damage without worrying too much about mechanics. So check your opener, find a dummy in housing districts or other places as well. A level 90 dummy should be good. And just go into practicing your opener over and over again. You can also practice your rotation after doing your opener. If you have some girl over and maybe you don't need anything at the moment, I would recommend buying a lot of pots, trying different things, and even going into old fights, checking in your personal calculator if you're at the highest damage, but obviously blur other names so you don't get toxic. And yeah, if you don't see yourself at the top, it could also mean that you are maybe playing a bard against a samurai, which means it's understandable if you're not at the top. But if you're, for example, playing a samurai or a blade mage or anything like that, you have the potential to be the highest damage. So you can always check on why you're not the highest, and you can apply different things that you saw in videos, like I said. There's also one more way to check what your mistakes are, and about this I'll explain now. So there's something called an FFXIV analytics. That's a website where you can copy and paste your logs for specific fights, and this site basically just tells you what you did wrong, where you fucked up, where you can better yourself. I'll post the website in the description below, and you could check it out. I'll make a small guide in the description on how to use the site, and at the same time I'll probably also put some words that may help you to understand more, like GCD, OGCD, weaving, clipping, stuff like that. And with all of these tips that I've named in this video, you should at least be able to climb up the ladder to a blue pass, or maybe even a purple pass. From that onwards, what I would say, it's mostly experience. Keep doing different fights, do them over and over again, practice, watch other people do it. If you find a good player, maybe in limbs are standing around most of the times, you could just walk up to them and ask them questions if you have. But also you could obviously always ask me. I'm not a best of 100 parser, I'm just a decent parser, I would say. I can give you some help, check on your logs maybe with you if you let me know what your name is, what data's and stuff, so we can walk towards that together. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you need any help with different things, if I forgot to name something, if I said something in an unclear way, just let me know with a dislike and in the comments. If you liked everything, if I could help you just a little bit, you could like and let me know in the comments if I could help, where I helped you. Maybe you didn't know something, just let me know. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching again. You can subscribe if you like my content. I'll try to make more guides. I'll try to maybe show you some different POVs as well. Not that good POVs, but I'll try to make them entertaining for you if possible. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching. I hope I can see you again in the future, and see ya. That's a deep see ya. See ya again.